Thank you very much, Marina. My name is Matthew Jafa, and I'm from the Federation of Small Businesses in London. It's really great to be part of this. Little bit of background about myself. I've worked now 15 years. I've worked in government, in the Cabinet Office, civil service. That was after leaving university, and I've worked very closely on issues affecting central government. And I worked, funny enough, in the strategy unit in Tony Blair's Prime Minister's strategy unit. It was the first job I had. The first thing I did, one of the first things I did was actually being in a meeting with him, along with other fellow workers, which was a great experience for your first time in work. But I had that bug for the year, and for the last 10 years, I did that kind of inside government. And since then, I've worked for the Federation of Small Businesses as a lobbyist and a public affairs professional, working on a host of different issues. And it's been, enjoyed every minute of it. Today I want to kind of introduce listeners to the Federation of Small Businesses. Why it's so important for the UK, and we're such a powerful voice. And I kind of wanted to just kind of make people aware of the facts that, you know, what small businesses are, what they bring to local economies, and why our work's so critical. So, you know, we were created as an organisation in 1974. It was a single issue. It was on a thing called national insurance, and it was a big demonstration that took place in Manchester. There's a letter written to the Guardian by a chap called Norman Small, and he wanted an army of self-employed, you know, a kind of a union feel really, of small businesses, self-employed people to go out there and champion issues that affected small businesses. And that became a movement, and it became a national movement. And ever since then, we've built up credibility, and we're there as still a major force in lobbying, and we're here to support anyone who's got an idea, anyone who's got a concept, anyone who wants to raise issues affecting small businesses. That's what we're here to do. And, you know, I wanted to start by talking about, you know, why are small businesses so important? Small businesses make up, it's incredible stats, 99.3% of all businesses in the UK. They're critical. They're critical for jobs. They're critical for growth. And I started in this organisation 10 years ago and wanted to make a difference. My mum runs a small business. My brother runs a small business. My extended family all running small businesses. And I see their passion, and you feed off that really. And whereas you've got large businesses they've got their in-house support, they've got the big, you know, corporate bodies, they can do their lobbying, they can do their selling for them. Small businesses don't have that voice. They don't have that voice in government. They don't have that voice, you know, to make easily, because they're so caught up in their day-to-day businesses, doing the jobs, every job of the organisation. They're doing that, so they need a voice to be there for them, and that's what the FSB are there to do. And that's what's given me the greatest enjoyment in the role, really. And we're in a big period of uncertainty at the moment. In my years, you know, working in this role, I've never known a time when it's so uncertain. We've got a brand new Prime Minister. We've got a Labour Party electing a new leader. We've got the issues around a whole host of issues for small businesses. We've got a brand new Mayor of London. And so there are many challenges facing small businesses. And that's what my role in particular, I focus on issues affecting businesses in the capital. And so I want to what my aim is for this, reaching out to listeners, reaching out to businesses, is that by joining the FSB, you have a voice. And that's the aim of my role, is to support the members in London. We've got around about 6,000 members in London. And my role is to really channel what they want us to be delivering on a lobbying side to the Mayor of London, to the 65 MPs in the capital, to MEPs even during the whole Brexit negotiation, to local authorities. But we can't do it without the voice of small businesses being heard. And I can only do, you know, so much, and our team can only do so much. What we want to do is to gather the voice of our members, but also new members who want to join, to hear their perspective and what they want us to be lobbying on. And what we've heard, in terms of one of the main things of what are the most pressing issues that are so important to small businesses. From what we're hearing in London, it's issues around commercial space. Too many businesses can't afford, or there's not the availability of commercial space available to them. So what we're keen to do is to work with local authorities, work with the mayor, work with workspaces, co-working spaces across London to make it more readily available for small businesses to have that access to workspace. We also are hearing from members that business rates is one of the massive barriers to growth. Business rates in London are so much more expensive than other parts of the economy. So having that information readily available from your side around what you're paying in rates, what you want us to do or deliver on that area is critically important. But the third area that members have told us in London they want us to deliver is on the issue of housing. And it's quite stark. In the years I've been working in the FSB, housing has never been as big an issue as it is right now. And it's not just the businesses themselves, it's the employees that they work with and they see on a daily basis. And what we're seeing is that staff within businesses are struggling to get on the housing ladder, but what employers are doing from our research is that they're looking at guaranteeing mortgages. They're looking at offering loans, offering for loans for rents, for mortgages. They're looking at greater avenues for flexible working, and supporting their workforce is so critical in the issue of housing. And it's only going to get worse unless we deal with the situation. So affordability, availability of housing, having a definition of the affordability based on earnings is critical in the first instance. But anyway, we can work with the mayor's office, we can work with other partners across London to get to this, this kind of standout figure of having at least 50,000 homes being built every year for Londoners can only serve to help the small businesses across the capital. So in terms of what small businesses offer, as we said, 99% of businesses are small. They offer that local feel, and we've run a campaign in London across the UK of an issue called Keep Trade Local. It's very much deemed on the premise that all businesses work best locally, and for every pound that's spent in the local economy, by whether it be by local authorities or government, 63 pence of that pound stays in the local economy of that pound that's spent. Whereas if you spend it in large businesses, only 40 pence stays in the local economy. So again, you're seeing greater amounts of jobs, greater growth being provided by small businesses locally when we spend our money, when we do business, when we keep trade local to our economies. And that's a main issue for small businesses, is the aspect of helping small businesses locally, right? Whether it be through parking policy, procurement, planning policies, thinking of these issues to support our local economies. But we also need to think global as well. Only a quarter of our members are exporting. And at this critical time when we're promoting this hashtag London is open, we want to make sure that we deliver the message that small businesses, although inward investment from international cities coming to London is critical, we mustn't lose sight of the fact that we still have got 75% of members who are not exporting to the rest of the world. And that's something that's so vital, so critical, that small businesses feel they can be in a position to export, whether it be to the EU, the majority do, but also further afield as well, to America, to the Middle East, to Asia. These economies, these growing economies, are areas that small businesses can tap into. They're much more flexible, they're adaptable, but we need to be seeing a greater ramping up of the engagement between London and partners, but also UKTI, UK Trade and Investment, doing much more to entice small businesses to engage with them in a position to export in the future. So what can we offer members, as a kind of a pitch from a small business perspective. We're very low cost as an organisation. We're only around about starting figure of £130 a year is the membership, £30 to join. But for the joining aspect, it's not just the lobbying side that people join the FSB for. As a right of membership, people can get free legal advice 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and that's one of the main areas that businesses join us. Not only can they speak to trained barristers on any time they want, you know, that single one call can be cheaper than phoning a lawyer straight away. You've saved your membership. But there are other host of benefits as well. You've got free business banking that we are provided with our service provider, the Co-op. We've got free insurance health check and discounts on insurance services through our service provider, Towergate. We have a host of other services should someone fall ill, the business owner fall ill in the business, and a thing called FSB Care that can have trained nurses come to businesses and look after valued members of staff. But also we provide discounts on a host of services like merchant card services, fuel cards, discounts in that area as well, and also areas around telecoms and a host of other services as well. So for the small fee that it costs to join, it's a package that has seen our membership grow huge levels. We've got around about 170,000 members, the members of the FSB now, and that figure is only ever increasing. And it's testament to the benefits in the organisation that we've got such a huge, diverse number of members. So in terms of the target audience of who we want to engage with, it doesn't matter what size of business you are, doesn't matter what age of business you are, doesn't matter how young you are. We're working closely on a thing called FSB Connect that is trying to engage much more younger entrepreneurs, those whether be at school, maybe at college, maybe at university, looking to become budding entrepreneurs. So we're engaging much more closely with universities and colleges to promote the benefits of joining the FSB. But finally, it's a case that just wanting to kind of touch on why it's so important that we have activists working in the organisation. And when you join the FSB, we're keen to work with our members in terms of being activists. And it's what we're doing at London level is trying to get more members to help us become borough activists, working with their local authorities, supporting us in putting on our events programs, or whether it be even just wanting to be someone that goes and lobbies on behalf of small businesses, goes and speaks to the economic development team in the local authorities, or wants to go and meet a member of the London Assembly. It's all a host of facets that we're keen to engage as many of our members as possible, trying to become much more active members of the FSB that will only grow it further. So we're a growing organisation, but we're here for all micro, small businesses and the self-employed as well. But it's, for me, I've, as I said, been working in the organisation for 10 years. It's a wonderful organisation to work in, and it gives you a purpose when you get out of bed in the morning, that you're not necessarily just working for, a large corporate body. You're working for those, those that are people who get out of bed, who are the real life entrepreneurs who are there to support not just themselves, support their families, but the employees on a day-to-day basis. And it's a wonderful thing to be a part of that and to actually deliver change that supports them and grows their business. So as I say, I would encourage anyone that's interested in joining the FSB, www.fsb.org.uk/join is the website to go to. You can follow us as well on Twitter at FSB London, all one word. Yes, and my contact details on our website, fsb.org.uk/London. So it's been a pleasure engaging with you, engaging with the audience, and look forward to further in the future. So thank you very much for giving me the time.
Wow, thank you so much, Matthew. It's such a privilege to hear and listen to your passion, because most people think that nobody cares if you are a small entrepreneur, if you have a small business, a family business, everything feels that crashing down on you most days. and it's very difficult to find people who understand you, people who could listen to you, people who could voice your every single year I was saving between 1800 at the beginning to 27,000 towards the end before I retired, just simply using your services. And that to me is something that most people don't know. And people want the help they need, but they don't know where to go for asking. And I feel that in many, many ways, you are now like that Greek soldier who was running from Marathon to Athens to deliver the good news. And I know it's not easy. You have a very demanding job. And I know you are very, very focused on helping, on delivering that help, that extra help, that hope for those who are the backbone of the economy. And as you said, being a small business doesn't necessarily mean you are small or powerless, because it is an army of us. There are 200,000 people only in that we can engage with, and each one of them, they got their own story, they got their own vision, and surely this organization is designed to turn a vision into a reality and create a better economy. I'm so grateful on behalf of our listeners, and hopefully you'll come back and share some success story to help people be inspired and understand that you are never alone. You are here for a great reason, and whatever the reason might be, it's an army of us. We are working together, creating a better life and creating better life choices for the people we love. From both of us, until next time, is goodbye.